Modals for Mavens, mastering the art of giving advice. Hello learners. Welcome back to our journey into English learning. Today, we're diving into an important aspect of communication, giving advice. And more specifically, we're focusing on modal verbs that are used to give advice. Modals are fantastic because they allow us to change the tone and strength of our advice. Let's get started. Modal verbs are auxiliary verbs that express necessity, possibility, permission, or ability. When we're giving advice, we often use the modals should, ought to, could, and must. Each of these carries a different level of strength or insistence. When giving advice, we can use different modal verbs to express the level of urgency or necessity. Should is a commonly used modal verb for giving advice. It expresses a strong recommendation but is less forceful. For example, you should eat more vegetables. Ought to is similar to should and is used to advise or make recommendations. It sounds a little more formal. For example, you ought to visit the doctor. Could is used to suggest possible actions. It's less forceful and more polite than should or ought to. For example, you could try meditating to reduce stress. Must is the strongest and is used for something that's necessary or very important. For example, you must stop smoking. Let's look at some scenarios where we might use these different modals. 1. Asking a friend for advice on dealing with stress. 2. Friend's advice. You could try yoga or meditation, but you really should consider cutting down on work. 3. A doctor giving advice to a patient. 4. Doctor's advice. You must take this medication daily. You ought to eat healthier, and you should exercise more. Remember, the choice of modal verb can change the tone and strength of your advice. And there we have it. Giving advice with modal verbs in English. Remember, it's all about adjusting the strength of your advice to suit the situation and the person you're advising. Practice using these modal verbs in different scenarios and you'll be a master advisor in no time. Thank you for joining me on this learning journey, and remember, keep practicing. See you in the next video.